Jeremy Smokin.
Oh. Guess what? I got to leave it like this. That's going to stink.
Really?
All right. It is kneecap biting with Smokin' Jeremy B, because once you're live, you can't change the orientation. So we're going to see stuff a little differently than usual.
Okay.
But that being said, let's talk about this wild card round we had. Man, won't even show Shannon on here. Let's see if I can get this to switch up. Just a second here.
That's crazy. I see stiff. I'm like you.
All right, I'm just trying to make it so everybody shows. Nope, that ain't it. There we kind of go.
There.
Yeah, we can see everybody's face a little bit.
Yeah.
That's
all right. So here we are, guys. It's that time of the year when we are in the playoffs. The wild card round is done. So what did you guys think of the wild card games overall?
Other than the 49ers game, I mean, it was, I thought, it was pretty good. That's what I thought anyway.
It was exactly what they called it, a super wild card weekend. It was wild.
Wow.
Who knew the Jaguars were going to come back? Who knew the Cowboys were going to win? There were a lot of crazy games. Who knew the Bills were only going to win by 3? Keyword wild.
Right. Brian Three Cushion says, hi, guys. What's up, Brian Roy? I got Devin Smith, Will Vogel, and Shannon with me tonight.
But yeah, that's my thoughts. Wild.
Yeah.
Well,
wild.
I'm going to break it down a little bit. That first game, Seahawks versus 49ers, at the end of the half when they were up 17-16, I'm like going, wow, they actually got a shot. And next thing you know, I hear it's 41-23 final, and I didn't even watch the second half. I was driving back home. I was like,
it was a blowout of a second half. I watched it. They just ran over the Seattle defense.
Yeah. King SJ comes in and says, hello. Hello, all.
Hey, SJ.
Hello. Hey, SJ.
Then we had the Chargers versus Jaguars, and it came out, and it looked like the Chargers were manhandling the Jags. And then at the end of the half, they drive down in a 2-minute drill and score a touchdown, and I was like, okay, that's respectable. I did watch it, and it no, I can't, because it will not let me change it while I'm in
live.
I'm sorry. I wish I could.
That's fine. I pretty much know who everybody looks like.
Mm-hmm.
The man on the right side of me, Jeremy. I've seen him a couple times on the show, but other than that,
yeah, he's Devin Smith. He's been here a couple times before.
Yeah, I remember Devin. I hadn't seen him that much here lately, so that's one.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of stuck with it like this. Please deal with it, everybody. Because otherwise I got to stop it and restart the show, and it doesn't work that way.
No, we're good. We're good. We got the point across. We know what we're doing.
Yep. That being said, and that was an amazing comeback. What I thought was amazing was the play calling and the poor coaching on the Chargers side. Austin Eckler was running the ball down that Jags defense throat, and they went away from it with a lead, and it made no sense.
Nope.
You keep running
Facebook
the ball.
user says, what's up, guys?
What are you doing?
Yeah. I mean, when you got to lead, that's the biggest thing. Right. When you got to lead, the biggest thing is just keep going. Whatever was working, keep doing it. Well, they went away from what was working, and I don't know what they thought. You can't put all that pressure on a young QB, even if he is great. You can't do that.
Nope.
I agree.
And Ken Ballrick, my dad, comes in and says, hey, guys. Then we had that debacle that was Sunday football, where it was all topsy-turvy in the NFC. We had 2 wild cards beat division winners. But of course, I said all season that I thought Minnesota was fraudulent, that their record wasn't as good as what they were.
Fraudulent.
The Lions should have won the North.
Exactly.
I mean, honestly,
Here's the crazy thing. I'm not our overall record is what it was. It was 9-8. We did not win the North. But we only North team that went 5-1 in the division.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Minnesota, how do you throw on 4th and 8 a 3-yard pass to TJ Hawkinson? Oh yeah, that's wait. Going to get you 5.
Let me say something though. It could have, if Hawkinson would have just cut to the right instead of running straight when he caught that ball. There was no linebacker between him and the safety was past the line of game. He ran straight into Jared Davis and the other guy.
Yeah, he did.
And Jared Davis isn't good in coverage or good at tackling.
True.
I'm just saying, I know because I watched Jared Davis for 4 years here in Michigan with Detroit. I know what he is. He is the best unguided missile for hitting a quarterback. And my dad comes in and said, "Boy, did the Cowgirls put a whooping on the Succaneers."
Yeah, they did.
I thought that would be a better game.
They made that Bills game also was way too close.
Mm-hmm. Can't have 3 turnovers by your quarterback.
Nope. And then for that Cowboys Buccaneers game, they made Tom Brady look human. Brady hasn't thrown a red zone pick since 2019.
That's okay. It had more to do with that O-line than it did with Brady.
Oh, his O-line was terrible.
I mean, even though he was only sacked twice, every other play he was running for dear life and trying to get rid of the ball faster than he needed.
Like this,
Parsons, Lawrence, all of them. They were on him like white on rice.
Mm-hmm.
Literally.
What do you think about the games and how we broke them down so far, Devin?
Huh?
What do you think about those games we broke down so far?
Well, pretty much. Surprisingly, the Buccaneers game, that broke down pretty good, actually.
Yeah, because I don't think Dallas gets past San Francisco.
No.
That defense is better than their defense. That's all I got to say.
Especially the way they're on quarterback playing.
You can't say anything. Brock Purdy's been playing way above his pay grade.
Way above.
Mm-hmm.
And Facebook user says Micah Parsons was chasing Brady all night. Yes, he was. And the receiver was held. How could the refs not see it? I don't know. There was a lot of missed penalties this weekend.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And there was a lot of bad calls, too, on both sides. It doesn't matter who it was. Every game I watch is like, man. That being said, it was some good football overall all weekend long. Miami versus the Bills.
That was a good game.
I did not expect that to be a nail biter.
I saw the Dolphins were up, and I was like, "Oh, come on!" I mean, of course, I was like that.
They were only up for 2 minutes 45 seconds, but it was the best 2 minutes 45 seconds of the game.
It was. It really was, Jeremy. It was.
And then Brett Maher missing 4 extra points, 3 or 4.
Thank God it wasn't a close game like we expected with Tampa, because they'd have lost in a close game.
They would have.
In the offseason, he gets off the field. Coach is like, "You're done."
I said, "Watch." I said, "It's a 32-yard field goal. That's less than the extra point. Watch."
Yeah. It's bad.
Keegan Ecker comes in. Lions got disrespected by the league again. After a week, the league decides to investigate the refs for the Rams and Sea Chickens game. But glad to see the Sea Chickens get their asses beat. You know what? They had nothing to do with the Lions. We didn't play that game. The refs weren't calling that game for the Lions. There was definitely looked like some home cooking for the Seahawks, but I'm not going to be that guy. No. That it doesn't count against the Lions unless it's against the Lions.
Mm-hmm. True.
I agree.
But I do like what Sheila Ford Hamp did. She contacted all the owners that complained about that Rams and Seahawks game, and are getting them on board with getting the sky judge involved, like they use in college and in XFL, AAF, and USFL for correcting bad calls. Basically, they'll have 30 seconds to overturn a decision. I think it's a great idea.
Yep.
I do too. I agree.
Dad, I was just talking about it. My dad goes in and says, when will NFL finally make the refs personnel and require some actual real reffing?
Yeah, really. You need to train these guys better.
It needs to be like a head official that's either just retired or somebody that's in the boardroom for the refs. And there's one at every game. There's only 12 to 16 games weekly, correct?
Yeah.
And Brian Roy says, here. Here's the thing. When you are a team and you're a bad team, you get bad calls against you. We've seen it before. Any team that's been on the bottom of the league is usually in the top 10 for penalties against. It just goes to show you the refs don't respect anybody who's dirty bath water.
Yep.
For lack of a better word, or toilet water for that matter.
Absolutely.
I think if there's a tie for the first pick from here on out, they should make them play a game to get the first pick. Whoever loses gets it.
I like that.
I do like that too.
And you can call that game the toilet bowl and play it instead of the damn Pro Bowl.
Yep.
Well, they're gonna have flag football in the bowl.
That's exactly why I said it should just go away. Just do the skills competition and don't even have a game.
I think what they should do is have the fans, some of the closest and the most supportive fans over the years, just play a football game against each other, NFC and AFC. And hell, why not? That'd be more exciting than. I know that won't happen, but I'm just saying.
I know.
I'd love to do that.
Brian Roy says, agree, Smoke. Facebook user says, I do too. The officiating has been terrible as of late.
Yes.
So I love the idea of the sky judge. I think it'll get a lot better because those egregious calls, they're going to be reviewed immediately. They got 30 seconds to say, hey, I'm going to do a review. Then they got 20 seconds to review it, and they can overturn or uphold a decision right there on the field. I love that idea. I think it makes a lot more sense. It's a lot faster than having to wait for the coaches to run off the field, go under the hood, put on a headset, watch the video, get the best angle they can, and then try to overturn a decision. If they give them the wrong camera angle, it upholds the call 90% of the time.
Yeah.
Pro Bowl is getting worse year after year. Just have a damn game between AFC and NFC players and call it good. If not, get rid of it.
Yeah.
And Brian Roy says we definitely need that.
Yeah.
That being said, and lo and behold, the only NFL news I'm going to cover before we start talking about this divisional round is there are 2 head coaches who decided to stay right where they're at, and there are no longer options for 2 teams. Carolina and Denver. I am sorry to inform you that Ben Johnson has told everybody who is interested, which was the Texans, the Broncos, and the Colts, that he's staying in Detroit under Dan Campbell because we have something special going on here. And Jim Harbaugh got it done with Santa Ono, or Ono Santa, or however you say the damn name that's the president of Michigan, got his deal. And I said, as soon as it all started coming out, when people were in the chat, this was a money grab. He hired an agent. The agent said he'd take an NFL job. The agent said this. It was a money grab to make more money than Mel Tucker.
Yep.
Right.
I agree.
Yep.
And lo and behold, what happens? He's back with Michigan. Ben Johnson stays in Detroit because I said, as a first-year OC, I think it would be a huge mistake for him to go jump right into head coaching.
Yep.
I agree. That happens way too much these days.
And I said, y'all all look, Nathaniel Hackett.
Yeah.
Just saying.
You're not wrong.
I mean, yeah.
Ben Johnson goes, hey, guys, I'm back. Good to see you, Ben. Glad you can check us out here. That being said, Now on to the divisional round. What was that first matchup on Saturday? The day game, wasn't that Kansas City?
Kansas City, Jacksonville.
Jacksonville going to Kansas City. Anybody picking Jacksonville this week?
I'd love to, but I just don't think it's going to happen.
No.
No, I've got
the NFL don't want that.
I've got the Chiefs winning 31-14.
Michael Huck says Kansas City. Ben Johnson does say, hey, Jeremy. Good to see you, Ben. It's been a minute. Devin, who you got?
Kansas City.
You got a score prediction or no?
No.
Okay. Shannon?
Yeah, I'm going to go. It's going to be close. I'm being a Bengals fan, I'm not enamored by Kansas City, even though it's in Arrowhead. Since it's Jacksonville's first time in 5 years in the playoffs, I'll say 10-point, 34-24 KC.
I was thinking 10 points too, but I think it might be higher scoring because both of these offenses are pretty high powered, like 40-32 or 40-30. I could see that happening because these teams know how to put up points, and just Jacksonville defense is not quite as good as Kansas City.
No, it's not. I agree, Jeremy.
So, but I do see it as a 10-point game.
Yeah.
I'm not going to give it a 2 touchdown. Aaron Glenn says, hey, I might.
Let me change mine. I got 31-17.
31-17? Okay. Aaron Glenn pops in and goes, hey, I might take that Arizona job, fellas. More power to you. If you can become a head coach, go do it, coach.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think their defense is the problem in Arizona. You better get a really good offensive coordinator, sir.
Yep.
And possibly draft another quarterback.
Yeah.
Just saying. Mighty Mouse ain't getting it done.
No.
I have a question real quick. My wife's a Titans fan. So what do y'all think about Rand Carthon being the GM for the Titans before we get through with the rest of the division?
I don't know. I don't know a lot about him. I think he was.
I just know his dad was Maurice Carthon, played for the Giants. That's basically all I know.
Okay. That's all I know. That's more than I know. I mean, this must have just happened today.
About a day and a half ago now.
Okay.
Almost 2 days. So
it's been a topsy-turvy 2 days for me. Facebook user says, go Giants. The window is open. Lions better make noise this year. Yeah, they should.
They should.
That was Mike Valenti of the ticket.
Yeah.
He was player personnel for the 49ers. Well, if he helped that team get built, I think that's a good choice for him.
Yep.
Yeah, I was just curious because my wife's a Titans fan and I'm in Tennessee, so I figured I'd throw it out before we finish the rest of the divisional rounds.
I could look it up for you and see what all he did.
He was Atlanta. He was a scout in Atlanta. He went to St. Louis, L.A. Rams, and then he's been with the 49ers since they hired John Lynch in, I think, 2017, I believe. That's what I know. What I heard, anyway. I don't know how accurate that is.
Hey, Dad, I agree with you, but I think they got to find a way around that $100 million due to Aaron Rodgers this season.
I can't even see what he said.
He says, I believe the Fudge Packers managed to grab Hopkins. Karen Rodgers will not retire.
Oof. I can't see it.
No, team retiring.
Tegan Eckert said, if the Cards get rid of Kyler, I had bet Raiders and Indy will pull the trigger.
Ooh, that would be interesting.
I think the Colts are going to trade for Carr.
I do too, and I've said that too.
But they're not going to do that till they get their coach in place.
No, exactly.
And if it had happened 5 years ago when Stafford's contract was up then, I would have loved to have made a trade with Stafford for Carr then.
Oh, yeah.
But seeing as he's done in the last couple of years, nope.
Oh, exactly.
My dad says it wouldn't be surprised if Carr ends up with the Titans. That's another good spot too, really, but I don't think they want him there.
No.
Patty Grimes says, "What's up?" All right,
Patty?
let's see the next game on the schedule here.
Isn't that
Is it Giants Eagles?
Yeah, Giants and Eagles. That's the night game. I can't say the Giants are down and out, but I can't say they're going to win it. That Philly roster and Jalen Hurts is not injured anymore and playing better every week in practice.
I got Philly also.
I think it's going to be a close game, but I think Philly wins, and I think it won't be as high scoring as everybody expects it to be. I'd bet the under and take the Eagles.
I would too.
Me too.
Michael Huck says Eagle. My dad says Eagles. And Keegan Eckert says Carr goes to the retirement home in Tampa. Well, don't they have two rookies?
Trask and is Gabbert still there?
Yes. I wouldn't go with either one. They might as well start me.
Jared Goff says Ben Johnson is back, guys. I'm going to go off. Giants won't beat those guys. The Eagles got a line on things this year.
Yeah, and the Eagles.
And Brian Roy is actually picking the Giants.
And the Eagles' defense is scary.
Scary stacked. They got Linval, Joseph, Sue, Jordan Davis is finally
Fletcher
back
Cox.
healthy. Fletcher Cox, Brandon Graham. Ooh, just that. That's just their D line. I haven't even got into their linebackers.
Yeah.
Yep, Eagles 49ers is what it looks like it's lining up for me.
Yep.
And speaking of which, that's the next game on the schedule. The Dallas Cowgirls travel to San Francisco to take on the 49ers. I think it's a close game, but I think the Niners win. Just because they got the better defense.
I agree.
I think I literally think if Dak Prescott plays like he did last week, he is the better quarterback. But 49ers win.
Yeah, and they got more offensive weapons.
Brian Roy says, I'm the lone wolf in this game. He goes, yeah, but they are going to have trouble getting all those guys back. Yes, they are.
I think
James Burgess says he would wager on it being Niners versus Eagles.
I think the Niners are going to win because look at the offensive weapons and look at their defense.
And their offensive line. Their offensive line is not letting Purdy get under a lot of pressure.
No.
Patty Grimes says Cowboys are going to win. Oh. She said Cowboys versus Eagles.
Ew, woo. I hate that NFC championship.
And then we got
go for the Eagles, though.
I had to do this one last because Shannon is a Bengals fan.
Wait.
We got the Bengals versus the Bills. Who you got, Devin?
The Bengals versus the Bills. Bills.
Okay. Well, what do you think?
Man, it's been a toss-up all in my head. I would love to see Josh Allen make a Super Bowl, but if he plays like he did last week, the Bills are going to win. Or the Bengals would win. I've got the Bills 38-35. Bengals win 38-35.
Shannon, I'm going to let you go here.
Well, I'll be honest with you. I think whoever wins this game goes to the Super Bowl for the AFC. I know Kansas City plays Jacksonville. I just believe whoever wins this game will go to the Super Bowl. Of course, I'm not going to go with the Bills. I'm going to say the Bengals somehow find a way to just a defensive turnover here or there, and Burrow does just enough. I'm going to say it's going to be 28-24 Bengals.
All right. We got a few comments. Should be a neutral site game, but I'm taking the Bengals. Keegan Lecker says Bills Mafia. James Burgess, Cincinnati, Buffalo. Game of the week. I'll take Cincy, but we'll be rooting for Allen. Brian Roy says the Bills. My dad says the Bengals. Ian Rappaport comes in and says, breaking news, Dan Campbell will appear on Manningcast. Good for him.
Oh, wow.
He was a man in cast already.
Yeah, it was just this past week during the Monday Night Football game.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah,
it was
he
him.
did
And
awesome.
it was him and Dion.
Oh.
Well, in prime time.
I'm going to say playoff Burrow becomes thorough. Remember last year? He was under pressure all this last game and still got it done.
Yeah.
I think he's able to do it again.
Yeah. His name is Joe, so I just have that's why I said the Bengals. I mean, I know I'm a Bengals fan, but
I want to say the Bengals are going to win, but there is not a team in the league that circles the wagons like the Bills at home. It's going to be a low-scoring, close game. I agree with Facebook user. Bills win 20-17 in a low-scoring game, and it's supposed to be colder there than it has been the last few days. So
it's gonna have to be a low-scoring game for the Bills, especially in a colder game. But I mean, I'm just going back to the years when I was a kid, and I remember everybody remembers Boomer and the Bengals winning in Cincy against the Bills, and then was it the next 4 or the year after that? 4 years later, the Bills went to 4 straight Super Bowls and lost them all. I'll be honest. I'll be honest with you. As long as the game is good and entertaining, I'm not going to be upset. I'll still suck if my Bengals lose. But if the Bills win it, I want the Bills to go to the Super Bowl and win the fucking thing because,
Brian Roy, he asked, hey, where's DC tonight? DC normally does trivia night on Wednesdays, and he's probably hitting on his favorite trivia host at the bar.
Oh, God.
James Burgess says, I think Cincy will have a better classic-style running game, thus my pick. Bengals O-line is going to have problems because that Bills D-line is good with or without Von Miller. Yeah. Aaron Glenn gets Colts job. Take that, Ian. Yeah, you never know. He's got interviews with the Cardinals. He's got an interview with Denver, and he's got an interview with Indy.
Yes, please.
That being said, that's pretty much it. So we got our winners as KC, right?
Yep.
KC over the Jags.
Yeah.
We got the Eagles over the Giants.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And as much as I hate to say it, we got 3 Bills over 1 Bengal. And we got the 49ers over the choke girls.
No, I actually I can't remember. Did I say Bills or Bengals? I think I said
You said Bills. You said Bills. Yeah, we had 3 people pick the Bills. 1 Bengal. The Bengal fan. Breaking news. Aaron Glenn interviewing for the Cards job. We already knew that. I just said that. Glad you can copy me now. Yes, we will get a comp pick if we lose Glenn. It should be a 3rd to a 5th rounder. I think it's a 4th or 5th rounder because he's a coordinator, not a head coach. If it was a head coach, it'd be a 3rd. Michael Huck, is AG a serious contender for head coach position or just a Rooney Rule interview? You never ever know because I don't like getting into that because that's bad.
Controversial.
I don't like talking that whole Rooney Rule stuff. I don't like talking the race thing because it shouldn't be talked about. There's only one race, the human race. We all bleed red. Ken Ballrick, check out Walter, a.k.a. Dunham, talking about Green Bay on YouTube. It's funnier than shit. Oh, you're talking about Jeff Dunham. Yeah, I got you. I'll check it out. Mark Malik, Super Bowl or bust. I agree. In 2023 or 4. Anyone got a favorite for DC if AG gets a job? I would prefer that we take somebody with some experience. I would like somebody like Vic Fangio, where he's used to running a 3-4 and a 4-2-5. I think he fits the mold to step right in, and he's older. Yes, he was a head coach that failed, but he was a great DC when he was with the Bears. He's one of the guys that coached.
That's not true what Ian Rappaport just said.
It's not. Ben Johnson already announced he's coming back to Detroit.
I was about to say.
Patty Grimes, I think San Francisco got a 2 to 3 round pick for Salah. Okay. Well, there is no second round compensatory picks. So 2, 3, third rounders is what you're saying? Cool. That being said, it is about that time that I start doing the pay the bills thing.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, that shows up really well in this format. Thanks for sharing. All right, A1 Tire and Auto Repair, 3 locations to serve you. The one in Cucaulin on Old Cucaulin that also has TNT Auto Sales, where they have great used tires and used cars at a great price, and a great price on new tires as well. Then we have the one on Broadway in Bay City, and the one on Saginaw. Whoa, somebody's dog's going nuts.
To be me.
Oh, okay.
A German Shepherd.
Yeah.
My wife just shut the doors now.
Okay. Thank you. Oh, like, wow. I couldn't even hear myself think. And then the one on Genesee in Saginaw, 3 locations to serve you in the Tri-Cities. Also, Dan Lever's Mad Lab Custom Creations, where you can get your personal collection of signed memorabilia started by entering one of his breaks. Or if you already have one started, he likes to do custom paint jobs on the mini helmets, full-size helmets, whatever you got, he will do it. He's a great guy. Just get a hold of him through his website or on Facebook. Now let's catch up on these comments. Duran Payne, open the chat box. I'm willing to come. Someone wants a treat. I don't like this format either. I was trying to show the Charles Harris video better, and it wouldn't let me switch it back. I won't do it this way again, guys. This will be the last time you see this stacked format.
Yeah, I feel like a Jenga block.
It looks like a Jenga block. I was going to say that earlier, but I didn't want to say it on the air. Thanks, Will.
Pants, Jenga.
Hey, let's see. Can I remove this one? Let's see if I make it fall if I do this. Yep.
Jenga.
Oh, that was funny. Well, this has been Kneecap Biting with Smokin' Jeremy B. Parting shots there, Devin. You want to say anything to the fans out there?
Nah. I'll be on that now.
Okay. All right. Shannon, you got anything to say?
Oh, yeah. I'm going to tell you this. No matter what happens in this playoff, I believe Burrow, before his contract's up with Cincinnati, will get a Super Bowl in Cincinnati, whether it be this year or the next 2 or 3 years. And I think he'll end up getting one of the bigger contracts before too long. That's what I believe. I think he'll get a big deal for Lamar, Will, because I think Lamar is gone out of Baltimore. That's what I say. That's my big spiel.
Well, Mike, I love you. He says it looks like a totem pole format. And he goes, do you like scary movies?
I do. I actually do, Mike.
Any news on Peyton Hillis yet? No, just he needs our prayers, everybody. He's
I think
not
he's
doing
off
well.
the breathing
He is
Okay,
off the
good.
tube. So, yeah, he's off the tube, guys. So, yeah, that's a good thing.
James Burgess calls it a human Tetris. Brian Roy says, thank Valos, Battle Grind. San Francisco got 11 draft choices. Comp pick for Salah, McDonald, and Mayhew for 2023. Oh, okay. Now, that being said, this has been Kneecap Biting with Smokin' Jeremy B. I'm going to end this show the same way I always do. Try every day to be a better person than you were the day before. And to make the world a better place. Mike Kimber says, roll it on the floor. I love scary movies as well. Jeremy Renner may have his leg amputated. Wow. That's big. I was saying Sean, but glad to hear about Hillis. Yep. Peace out, one and all. Thank you for watching, everybody. This has been a great show. I appreciate all the commenters. Mike Kimber, I need to get a hold of you because this Friday is my 1-year episode, my 1-year anniversary episode, and I'd like you to be on it if you can. So get a hold of me. We'll talk. This has been Kneecap Biting with Smokin' Jeremy B. Thanks for watching, everybody.
Take care.